Nearly 7 months to the general elections in 2019, the budget for the exercise is stuck in the executive legislative gridlock. Is 2019 elections in trouble? And senior advocate of Nigeria, Mr. Femi Falana, says the recent defections in the country are illegal. What are his reasons? You'll find out. Many thanks for joining, everyone. This is Politics Today live on Channels Television. I'm Oshiomhole Kimbaloye in Lagos. It is 196 days to the general elections. Do you think INEC is ready? Hold that thought. First, let's give you an update on an election already conducted. The candidate of the People's Democratic Party in the July the 14th governorship election in Ekiti State, Professor Kolakbo Olushola Eleka, has filed a petition to challenge the result of the poll. The candidate alleges the election was marred by intimidation, use of force, and discrepancies in result released by the electoral umpire, among other claims. He wants the tribunal to declare him the validly elected candidate in the election. Now, let's focus our attention to some other top political stories we're following.
President Muhammadu Buhari has arrived London, where he will be spending a 10-day working holiday beginning from August 3rd, 2018. The president, who departed at about 12:30 in the early hours of today, had earlier in a statement announced his handover to the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, who will function in acting capacity on his behalf. The federal government says it is mindful of the killings in the country. The Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Mr. Boss Mustafa, who represented President Buhari, stated this at the graduation ceremony of the Course 26 National Defense College, Abuja.
Government is, however, encouraged by the efforts of our armed forces and other security agencies that have borne the burden of providing security in areas of violent conflicts in Nigeria.
The national chairman of the All Progressives Congress APC, Adams Oshiomhole, has insisted that the mass defection of some party leaders is a manifestation of the fight against corruption as promised by President Buhari. Mr. Oshiomhole, who stated this while addressing journalists at the Benin airport in Benin, the Edo state capital, said those leaving the party now never had the progress of the country in mind, rather their selfish interest.
Where people are given responsibilities rather than discharge the burden of their responsibility, they make the system rather than drive the process.
A leading presidential aspirant on the platform of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Senator Ahmed Mohamed Makarfi, has asked members of the party to vote for a candidate who has the quality and ability to restructure the nation. Makarfi gave the charge in Lokoja when he visited the Kogi State chapter of the party to declare his intent. He said there are a lot of problems confronting the nation, saying insecurity, poverty, unemployment, among others, have bedeviled the nation. And in Abia State, the All Progressives Congress is confident it is on the right footing to get the results come 2019. Former governor of the state, Mr. Orji Uzokalu, while meeting with party leaders and supporters, says the APC is the party to beat, and he's confident the Igbo people will benefit from the victory.
Well then, since the defections of some lawmakers and governors across political parties in Nigeria, many lawyers and analysts have been giving their interpretations of the current political events. For senior advocate of Nigeria, Mr. Femi Falana, he does not believe the defections are legal. He has his reasons.
What the law is saying is that before you can have a division that will necessitate or legalize your defection, the division in your party must be total. It cannot be a figment of imagination. It cannot be an artificial factionalization. The division the Constitution has in mind was recently witnessed in the PDP, whereby you had the Modi Sharif faction and the McAfee faction. Two conventions were held almost simultaneously. Two sets of officers emerged down the line. So you cannot just simply have a defection based on a division that was announced in a press conference. It goes beyond that. You cannot leave the party that sponsored your election for another party without resigning, so that you can ask for a fresh mandate from the electorate. And that has not happened in this case.
But then those are the thoughts of Mr. Femi Falana, who believes that those infections are illegal.